Excuse me. Do you like this painting? I have looked at it for 5 minutes, but I still do not know what to think. The colors are beautiful, but the face looks a little sad.
Yes, I like it very much. I think the artist wanted to show both beauty and sadness at the same time. It is interesting that you noticed the face first.
Really? I am glad you said that. Sometimes I feel shy in places like this because I do not know much about art. I only say what I feel.
That is actually a very good way to start. You do not need to know everything to talk about art or to talk to people. Saying what you see and feel is honest and easy.
That makes me feel better. I always think good conversations need smart words. But maybe simple words are enough if they are real.
Exactly. Most people enjoy simple and clear talk. A good conversation often starts with a small question, a kind smile, and real interest in the other person.
That sounds nice and not too hard. So, asking about a painting is a good way to begin? It feels easier than asking a very personal question.
Yes, it is a perfect way. You are talking about something around both of you, so the other person does not feel pressure. Museums, parks, and cafes are good places for that.
I see. So the place can help the conversation. If I say, "Do you like this one?" It feels natural because we are both here looking at the same thing.
That is right. You are using the moment around you. It is one of the easiest ways to talk to anyone, because you already share one small experience.
I like that idea. To be honest, I almost did not speak to you. I thought maybe you wanted to be alone, but then I told myself to be brave for 1 minute.
I am glad you did. Many good conversations begin because one person chooses courage for a moment. You were polite, calm, and friendly, so it felt comfortable.
Thank you, Alex. Oh, I hope it is okay that I know your name now. I saw it on the visitor sticker on your jacket.
Of course, that is fine. And you are Sophia, right? I noticed your name too, and it suits you very well.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, Alex. I am still learning how to speak to new people without feeling nervous.
Nice to meet you too, Sophia. Nervousness is normal, so you do not need to fight it too much. Sometimes it helps to accept it and keep talking anyway.
That is good advice. When I get nervous, I speak too fast. Or I forget what to say next. Then I worry that I sound strange.
A lot of people feel that way. One simple trick is to slow down and ask another question. When the other person speaks, you get time to relax and think.
Oh, that is smart. So I do not need to carry the whole conversation alone. I can ask, listen, and let the other person help build it.
Yes, exactly. Conversation is like playing catch with a ball. You speak a little, then you give the ball to the other person with a question.
That is a beautiful way to see things. You notice emotion first, and that tells me you are a thoughtful person. It also makes your conversation feel warm. I love that image. Then maybe I should throw the ball to you now. What kind of art do you usually enjoy?
I like modern art and photography most. I enjoy pictures that tell a story without too many words. What about you? What do you usually like to look at?
I think I like paintings with people in them. Faces are interesting to me because they show emotion. When I look at a face in art, I always imagine a story behind it.
That is a beautiful way to see things. You notice emotion first, and that tells me you are a thoughtful person. It also makes your conversation feel warm.
That is kind of you to say. I think warm conversations are my favorite. I do not like speaking just to fill silence.
I understand. Meaningful talk feels better than empty talk, but small talk is still useful. It is often the bridge that takes two strangers to a deeper conversation.
So small talk is not useless. It is like the first step. That changes the way I see it. I used to think small talk was boring.
It can be boring if people ask dry questions with no feeling. But if you ask with curiosity, even a simple question becomes interesting. Tone and attention matter a lot.
Can you give me an example? I want to understand the difference. I think it would help me a lot.
Sure. If I ask, "Do you come here often?" in a cold voice, it feels empty. But if I ask, "Do you come here often? I am looking for good places in the city," it gives a reason and feels more human.
Ah, I get it now. The second one has a little story inside it. It gives the other person something real to answer.
Exactly. A good question opens a door. It should be easy to answer, but also wide enough for the other person to say more if they want.
That makes so much sense. I think another problem for me is that I worry too much about saying the perfect thing. Then I become quiet because I am still thinking.
Perfection is not needed in conversation. People usually remember how you made them feel, not whether every word was perfect. Friendly energy is stronger than perfect grammar.
That is comforting, especially for people who are still learning English. Sometimes I know the idea in my mind, but the words come slowly. I do not want that to stop me.
It should not stop you at all. Clear and simple English can create a very nice conversation. In fact, simple words often make people feel more relaxed.
I am happy to hear that. Maybe talking to anyone is not about being impressive. Maybe it is more about being open, respectful, and present.
I think that is exactly right. When people feel seen and heard, they usually respond well. Good conversation begins with attention, not performance.
Attention, not performance. I will remember that. Sometimes I notice people only wait for their turn to speak. They do not really listen.
Yes, and real listening is rare, which is why it matters so much. When you listen well, people feel important. They often become warmer and more open with you.
So, if I want to talk to anyone, I should ask simple questions and really listen to the answers. I should also notice the place around me and use it to begin. Is that right?
Yes, that is a strong start. I would add one more thing. Respond to what the person says instead of jumping to a new topic too fast. That shows you truly heard them.
I like that. It keeps the conversation connected. If you say you like photography, I can ask what you like to photograph instead of changing the subject.
Perfect example. That kind of follow-up question feels natural and respectful. It also helps the conversation grow without force.
Then let me try again. You said you like photography. What do you like to photograph most? People, streets, nature, or something else?
Mostly streets and everyday life. I enjoy quiet moments, like an old man reading on a bench or light falling on a rainy road. Small moments often tell the biggest stories.
That sounds beautiful. I think that also says something about you. You seem like someone who pays attention to details and feelings.
Thank you, Sophia. And you seem like someone who makes people comfortable very quickly. You started with a simple question, and now we are having a real conversation in a museum.
That makes me smile. Maybe this is proof that talking to anyone can start in a very small way. One question, one answer, and then a little courage.
Yes, exactly. It does not need to be dramatic. It only needs a beginning.
I will remember that too. Start simple, stay kind, ask more, and listen well. It sounds easy when you say it like that.
It becomes easier with practice. Each short conversation teaches you something. Over time, you stop trying so hard.